Ethan Hammet, the Mighty Unknown Billionaire. Subscribe to Mixma Talking Novel for more.
Chapter 4. Mother, take William to the hospital. I'll deal with this, Lily said, her voice firm despite the chaos around her. Lily, you must defend your brother. Don't let that man off so easily. Margaret urged, her eyes ablaze with anger. Don't worry, I know what I should do. Lily nodded, gesturing for 2 guards to accompany her mother and brother to the hospital. As they left, Margaret couldn't help but cast one last venomous glance at Ethan before following her daughter's instructions. What do you think, Lydia? Lily asked her loyal assistant, her temples throbbing with the stress of the situation. It's obvious, isn't it? It was Ethan who assaulted them first. The security guards were witnesses, so that can't be a lie, Lydia said, her voice resolute. But my mother's not exactly an honest person, Lily began. She knew her mother and brother well. They were a hot-tempered and ruthless duo. Either way, it's still wrong for him to throw the first punch, Lydia said righteously. Even if there was a misunderstanding, why couldn't he talk it out? Moreover, it was William that he beat up. Your brother, he didn't think of how you would feel when he attacked your family. This alone is proof that he's not a good person. Lily's frown deepened along with her doubts. Lydia was right. Even if her mother and brother were rude and unreasonable, there was no reason for Ethan to assault them physically, nor was there any reason for him to hurt William so badly. It would seem like her decision to divorce him was right. You can't just let this go, Ms. Margaret. You have to teach him a lesson, Lydia said, her voice charged with determination. Hearing this, Lily became angry. She took out her phone and called Ethan. At the same time, Ethan was sitting in a silver Bentley and frowned when he saw the call coming in. Despite his reluctance, he still picked up the call. Ethan, I need an explanation, Lily demanded, her voice sharp and unyielding. What explanation? Ethan replied, his tone calm yet wary. Did you hit my brother just now? Lily's voice trembled with a mix of anger and hurt. I did. But, Ethan tried to explain, but Lily cut him off, her patience wearing thin. So it was you. I hadn't expected you to be such a person. Are you taking revenge on my family just because I divorced you? Hearing this, Ethan was taken aback. He hadn't expected Lily to be so aggressive. She hadn't even stopped to listen to what he had to say. After 3 years of marriage, she was treating him as if he was a mere stranger, or worse. Lily, is that what you think of me? You knew that I hit your brother, but have you stopped to think why I hit him? Ethan asked, his voice laced with frustration. No matter what he did, you still shouldn't have hit him, Lily insisted, her voice unyielding. Hearing this, Ethan laughed bitterly. He was disappointed in her. At this point, it didn't matter who was in the wrong. She clearly favored her brother over him. Lily, I'll give you another chance. Go to the hospital right now and apologize to William, and I'll pretend that nothing happened. Otherwise, what? Ethan retorted. Are you going to call the police on me, or hire hitmen to take me out? Ethan, are you really going to throw away my goodwill like this? Lily snapped. Goodwill? Are you sure it's goodwill that you're extending me? Anyway, I did beat up your brother, so do with that what you will. Lily's retort was cut off as Ethan hung up. She almost threw out her phone in anger. Lily had always been good at hiding her true emotions. It was one of the reasons why she had managed to get to where she was today. But right now, she was having a little trouble in that regard. How rude of him. Ms. Margaret, do you need me to arrange for someone to teach him a lesson? Lydia asked. No need. We're done now. Lily took a deep breath to quell her anger. But, Lydia was about to say more when Lily stopped her. That's enough of this. I need to work on more important matters, like the charity ball with the Guzman family. The charity ball? Has that got anything to do with our partners? That's right. I just received news that the Guzman family has shortlisted the Quine Group. If we do well at this ball, we could be the Guzman family's next partners. That's great. I'll go make the arrangements right now. After hanging up the call, Ethan arrived at Swinton Primary Hospital. Vanessa brought him into a VIP ward, where an old man was laying on the bed. He looked pale, and his lips were dry and cracked. His breathing was weak as if he was close to death. Several doctors surrounded him, but none of them looked optimistic. Vanessa. You're finally here. These doctors are useless. Suddenly, a young woman with a ponytail ran up to them. She was the second daughter of the Guzman family, Ruth Guzman, and the old man on the bed was Andrew Guzman, her grandfather. Ms. Guzman, we've already done everything we could. There's nothing else we can do for him, a doctor said helplessly. If there's nothing you can do, then let someone else take over the reins, Vanessa said coldly. Mr. Reese will take over. Mr. Reese? The surrounding doctors had strange expressions on their faces. Ethan looked too young to be a good doctor. Are you kidding me, Vanessa? This is Mr. Reese? Ruth looked shocked. He looks about the same age as I am. Is he really a doctor? Don't judge a book by its cover. Mr. Anderson was the one who introduced him to me. I trust him, Vanessa said. To be frank, she wasn't quite sure about Ethan either, but if Hunter recommended him, then he had to have his merits. Could Mr. Anderson have been conned too? Ruth still looked doubtful. Hey, you, are you really a doctor? I know a little about medicine, Ethan replied. Just a little? Ruth pouted. You should know that we only let in the best doctors into this room. Everyone here is a known expert in their field, and none of them could do anything about this illness. How are you so confident that you can? Ruth. Watch your manners. Vanessa scolded. He doesn't look reliable, Vanessa. I'm just worried that he might make grandfather worse. Ruth said. Watch your words. Vanessa frowned. I don't care, I won't believe in him unless he can prove himself to me, Ruth said with her head held high. How should I prove myself? Ethan asked nonchalantly. Tell me what ails me. If you're correct, then I'll believe in you. Really? What's wrong? You're scared? If you can't do it, then please leave. Stop wasting our time. Ruth snorted. Show me your tongue, Ethan said. Ruth did as he said. After a quick look, Ethan said without any hesitation, your hormones are imbalanced, so you should be experiencing irregular periods and migraines. You're also showing some signs of food poisoning, which has affected your digestive system. You've been having diarrhea, haven't you? Oh, another thing, you have hemorrhoids. The more he spoke, the tenser Ruth became.